And in this video today, I'm going to show you what staging it before and after would look like so that you understand, should or shouldn't I stage my house? And just for perspective, I'll share with you what the cost was at the end of the video. Here's why you should or shouldn't stage your house. I'm going to give you before and after photos of what a house looks like when it's staged and when it's not. And this is personal experience because this is a house that our family grew up in. I married my wife living in this house. She bought this house for me. We had 2 kids in this house. We at one point had 3 adults and 4 kids living in this house. We absolutely love this house. If we could have picked this up and put it on the farm that we bought, we absolutely would have. But we didn't, and so we are selling it, and we've had it rehabbed over the last 6 months, and we are staging it. Let's dig in. Let's go. Here's a tour of the house without it being staged. You walk in, you have the living room, bunch of natural light and windows, and then over here we have the dining room. It's a 1,200 square foot house. It does have plenty of space, like I said, for 3 adults and 4 kids. So we'll go into the bedrooms first. So in here we have the master. Which isn't a master because there's no bathroom attached, but you got 3 big windows. It's about a 15 by 17 square foot space. You have 2 closets. His closet, her closet, same size, bifold doors, fit plenty of clothes. And it's a ranch, raised ranch, so you have bedroom number 2 here, which is, I don't know, 8 by 10 or a 9 by 11 room. And same thing over here, 8 by 9, 8 by 10 room-ish. And then we have the bathroom. Again, not a huge bathroom by any means. You have a new tub, surround tub. You have pest or sink, toilet, right? So again, nothing crazy. And you kind of see the layout. We entered through that side or that door, and kind of come into the living room with the fireplace. And we have the dining room, and we'll go into the kitchen now. Kitchen, here we have it. Upstairs is all that I'm gonna have staged because when you're staging a house, in my experience, really you wanna do the living room, you wanna do the dining room, you wanna do the kitchen, you wanna do 1 bedroom and a bathroom. If you only, depending on how many rooms you have, but that's kind of the bare minimum. And this price point will be around the $225 price point. And so there really isn't a need for staging much more than that. So now with all of that kind of reviewed, we're going to now flip into what it looks like staged. Again, my name is Darson Grantham. I'm a real estate investor and realtor here in Des Moines, Iowa, and the surrounding suburbs. If you are looking to buy or sell or invest in real estate, or you just want to know what is the housing market like in the Des Moines, Iowa area, I'm happy to help you out. Happy to just be that person that you rely on. So now, the place has officially been staged. Let's check it out. All I can say is this staging stuff makes a world of difference. And one of my big pet peeves with staging and trying to talk someone into staging is the fact that it's really tough to compare apples to apples, right? Because one house staged versus another house not staged, no house compares exactly the same. Yes, there are stories where someone put a house on the market without it being staged, they let it sit for 2 months, staged it, and it sold the next day. And that's fine. Like I understand that. But they also had to regenerate that attention, and regenerating that attention by taking it down or making it inactive and then active again, or just decreasing price even by $1,000. It puts the property in front of their eyeballs one more time. And at that time, click, it could have triggered the right person, whether it's staged or not. They found the property that they wanted, and that's why it sold. So for $1,800, and this is a 1,200 square foot house, so for $1,800 of staging, and I just think it makes a lot of sense to stage a vacant property, even if you're just wondering, hey, is it going to work? I would argue stage the property. I've seen it. It just takes so much better pictures. It shows so much better. You're going to get better feedback from people, and I say better feedback, more realistic feedback. And it's going to, quite frankly, it's going to hide some of the blemishes that you have. And I mean that in the best possible way. It's not going to hide everything, but some of the things that they could point out and look at, instead of looking at the property, they're going to look at the staging items. It's just how human nature works. So if you are looking at listing a property and it is going to be vacant, again, highly, highly, highly recommend staging it. It's tough for me to tell someone when you're selling a house, hey, you should stage it, you should spend $2,000, because it's not my $2,000 to spend. But in this particular case, it's the house that my family grew up in for the last 10 years. And I decided we were going to, instead of making a rental, we were going to just fix it up and sell it. And in doing so, I had the choice, do you stage your property or not? And I made the choice to stage my property. And the reasons behind that are, to me, obvious. And if you look at pictures that are listed on Zillow or whatever website, staging a property, the pictures, the property looks so much better. So that's one, it's going to get more attention. Two, you're going to hide some of the blemishes that your property has. No property is perfect. Even brand new properties are not perfect. And so when you know that people are going to be looking at the furniture, the staging stuff, as opposed to some of those blemishes that you have on your property, and again, we're not trying to hide it, it's just human nature. Your eyes, a buyer's eyes, are not always going to be fixated on every single thing about the property. They're going to also be looking at the furniture and the stuff. So the more you're able to get their eyes off of the hard parts of the property that are not changing and more onto the staged furniture, the stuff that is actually going to be leaving once they purchase the property, you're going to have a better experience from the buyer. That's not, again, it's not hiding anything. That is just the way human nature works. Some people have different levels of that. Me as an agent, when I'm helping people buy, I'm always trying to make sure that they're looking past the staging and into the exact property that they're purchasing. So just depends on the type of person, the agent that they have working for them. And then the third thing is there is no anecdotal, like if you stage it, it's going to sell for X dollar amount more, or it's going to sell X days faster. I would argue to forever that there's no actual way to determine that. But you have professionals that are doing this. New home builds, they all stage their properties. Do you know why? Because they have a lot of cookie cutter canned properties, and they know that when you stage it, it's going to sell faster because they have that data. On resale, like this one, which is a $225,000 1,200 square foot property in south side of Des Moines, it's not a canned property. There is not another property exactly like this in the world. That's where like the data behind individually staged houses, I'm not sure, but when the new home builders do it, that's why I'd want to do it. And that's why I wanted to make this video, is for folks that are considering listing their property and it's vacant, or you're a flipper and you're thinking about reselling your property. It makes a ton of sense to stage the property. Price it in. When you're running the numbers on the front end and purchasing the property and your expenses, add in $2,000 of staging. Hands down, just do it. It will make your life better. And your returns better, because both are very important. Okay, thank you very much for watching. Again, my name is Darson Grantham. I'm a real estate investor and realtor here in Des Moines, Iowa, and the surrounding suburbs. If you are looking to buy or sell or invest in real estate, or you just want to know what is the housing market like in the Des Moines, Iowa area, I'm happy to help you out, happy to just be that person that you rely on, and that's just what I post on this channel. So if that is interesting to you, please subscribe, 1, reach out, 2, and 3, consume the videos I have on this channel. There's more like this. Please, I urge you, this is one of the few channels that really shows a real picture about what the Central Iowa, Des Moines area market is all about.